Aloha and good morning, everyone. The stock market has resumed its uptrend. It's not like it ever came out of it for us. We remained under a buy signal following the sell-off just 2 sessions ago on the Monday following the weekend. The NASDAQ is at new highs again, and the churning that I was worried about has turned out not to be churning. So we are hitting new highs on heavier volume, so that is always good to see. The S&P 500 is also hitting new highs on above average volume. And even though you can't see it here, the Russell 2000 is hitting new all-time highs on above average volume confirmed on MarketSmith. The only index not hitting new highs is Dow Jones Industrial Average, but as you can see, it's inches away. And with the above average volume today, it wouldn't shock me if we hit that pretty soon. Now, I have had a hellish past 2 sessions with trading. Unfortunately, a combination of just shit luck or laziness, I guess, since I don't get up at 4:30 in the morning to check everything. But I knew that I was cutting it close yesterday when I entered my orders for ICLD, BHE, and OTIV, as, like I told you all, as you all know, I'm very limited with the cash on hand. Placed my orders and kept it to just under the account balance, was assuming I would wake up before the market opened and check to make sure everything would have been kosher. If I would have done that, I would have realized everything was not, as 2 of my stocks were gapping up too much, thus taking me over by $10. I missed all 3 trades in the AM due to being over by $10. Lesson learned, it was a personal experience. Somebody visited me late at night, and therefore, to get enough sleep, I decided to sleep in. So OTIV, the gap up, missed it. BHE, that amazing move that you see today, missed it. The only one I did get was iCloud. iCloud, I was able to set a limit order at 18, and it hit it intraday. So, whatever. I do have some iCloud, but didn't get it near the 1776. But whatever. At least I'm long it. So I missed BHE. OTIV had a shitty period with TSLA triggering a full cut loss move, closing below the low day of our signal date, just to reverse the next day up 15%, up an additional 1.77% today. And on top of that, one of my heavier holdings, QIWI, one of them, it's not the heaviest by far, but it's in the top 10, number 9, number 10. Closed below the 50-day moving average on heavy volume red Bob, thus issuing me a very decent sized loss. So despite the accounts being at all-time highs, not all-time highs, 3-year highs, it could be a lot better. So it's been a very, very rough 2 days via all of those. So that being said, if I don't sound too excited about this uptrend, that is why, because Tesla, Kiwi, OTIV, and BHE are all a victim to just, we're at the point where we're fully invested, and rotating out of laggards to leaders like it did at Tesla makes sense, and it should have paid off. But whatever, I didn't get up in the morning. We won't be having that distraction later this evening. So hopefully my order for cash, which is a new long, will go through. Cash is breaking out of a base on base pattern, or a saucer with high handle pattern, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Or a base on base pattern, whatever. It's art. On heavier volume, unfortunately, as you can see today, on this heavy volume surge, 58,000 shares traded, averages, right around 20,000. Therefore, it's a limit-only order stock. My limits don't get a hit. And guess what? Another long, I don't get to be long. Whatever. Getting used to this. And so it's not really going to make up for OTIV, BHE, iCloud. So whatever. Constellation prize. We'll see how it goes. But make sure it's limit only. Risk account only. We did have 4 sells, already went over 1. X-ray is now closing below the 20-day moving average on above average volume. That's got to go. NUS is going to be a 50% sell. If we didn't have more than a 20% gain in the stock, I might consider that a 75 to 100% sell, depending on where it would have closed. Since we do have a 20% gain, we're going to go ahead and see if it can do one of 2 things. It can pull back below the lower day of today's price low, 108.02 on lower volume, and then see what it does. But if it eclipses the 108.02 mark on heavier volume, I'm going to go ahead and get out of this chart because it's broken and there's too many strong charts. Speaking of broken, we already went over Kiwi. And then the only thing that we got to get out of is SRTY. Our small remaining 1% hedge has got to go with a close at 1044. It's closing below all the recent lows, hitting new 52-week lows. So SRTY is out with the Russell 2000 hitting all-time highs. So it's a really strong market. My account's doing great, but as you can tell, I'm not at all happy because of the mismanagement of trades, which goes to show even after all these years, bad shit can happen. Tesla is the mother of it all. Kiwi, what are you going to do? I care less about that. Tesla, really, what am I going to do? It pisses me off, but like I said, 24 hours from it happening, already over it. What pisses me off is the clerical error on getting OTIB and BHE and waking up at 7 in the morning and seeing exactly how well, 7 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, and seeing how well these two stocks are doing, and then to realize that your trades did not execute. That's never a good feeling. That might take more than 24 hours to get over. However, something tells me it won't. It's always 24 hours. All right, everyone. Have a great Thursday.